So it looks like Bandai's actually sticking with their new dumb every other day reveal plan, so my daily videos are gonna be a bit different now. So let's take a look at the current state of the meta in a post GD05 and ban list world. And honestly, after about 2 to 3 weeks, the meta is the healthiest it's ever been. Now, some of you are about to vehemently scream at me that it isn't, but let me say my piece before you flood my comments with your obviously more correct opinions. Blurple was a menace, a deck type that took advantage of a fundamental design flaw in the game that GCG's devs somehow didn't see coming, ending games in less than 5 turns on a frequent basis, making all these long-term big boss monsters they spend money on making made completely useless. Shooting Blurple was the morally and financially correct decision, and the game is better for it dying. Now granted, the flaws of the game are still around. Aggro can be a potential menace without much early game answers available. New Gundam has fundamentally taken the place of the new top aggro dog, especially with a hell of a game ender like New Gundam. Strike Freedom has also been universally agreed upon as the strongest card made in the game, with its power to grant draw and spin cards to deck. 8 HP on Link puts it out of range for a lot of other high-end bosses to trade and sets the bar for proper boss units. But here's the thing, while both are menaces, they are still beatable. Blurple was a consistent high-rolling deck that could win way too much momentum too fast to recover from and left players unable to fight back at all. New Gundam and Strike Freedom have ways you can beat them with new bear band limitations. New Gundam you just have to outvalue with key trades and taking the game long enough to where they run out of steam, and on the opposite end, finish the game before Strike Freedom takes control. Along with that, while Blue-White Strike Freedom is the best deck in format, it's not invincible. There are some weird jank decks that can do a lot of good work and still win. Mobile Fighter is a great example. While it hasn't won a regional yet, Mobile Fighter has consistently topped or came close to seeing the mountain. Red Green Academy is gaining Explorer, and while it hasn't produced results, it's gaining experiment traction, which is good. We're in an age of weird experimentations. The only decks I would say are really problem children are Green-Purple Aggro and Red-Blue Cruise Control. Green-Purple is trying to become the next Blurple by using Exia Repair and the ST3 Zaku along with the 2-2s to try to rush a game's finish before turn 4. And it can scarily get there. It's not as consistent as Blurple, so it has to rely on luck a lot more rather than skill. Green-Purple decks that actually think up to turn 7 and run Sazabi though, they get brownie points. Red-Blue Cruise Control, I have a personal grudge as it's the deck that refuses to play until the game turns at 5 at minimum if they're running Kshatriya. Otherwise, it's just Banshee at 6 or worse, Strike Freedom at 8. It's also the easiest to play around if you know what you're doing. Go so wide that their burn resources can't keep up with you. Wings Fall from Grace really does have to be studied because it had dominated the meta for such a long time, but now has pretty much been forgotten. Bandai has said they're looking into actually changing the rules of the game to try to fix the current issues, so I'm personally hoping an Amuro and Mika pair ban sticks along with the 2-2 ban, but what rule changes do you think should happen in order to make the game better?